I'd like to talk a little bit about some tips on raising angel financing today. A lot of entrepreneurs that are looking to raise money are in the stage of startup or early stage of the company's life, and I've got 9 things here that you need to do and know in this altered financing environment and the now economy that we're in order to survive and raise angel funding. So these are some good tips for you. And every angel investor is looking at these things to see if you're doing them. So keep them in mind. First is bootstrapping. Companies must be able to pinch every dollar when possible. You want to do things like get individual contributors to work for free when you can, pay upon performance and not upfront retainers, and do just about everything you can that does not cost real money. Some specifics would be work from home instead of having the big overhead of an office. Use bartering. Use stock. And look for services and or consulting revenues that can help you while you're building the product. Second, have a focused launch strategy. This means clearly one market niche as your initial target. You've got to resist the temptation we all have as entrepreneurs to jump into too many markets at once. Third, be prepared to deliver any size pitch. It amazes me how many companies still just can't state clearly what their company does in a few short sentences. If you can't articulate your deal confidently and effectively, you're just not ready. Number 4, you want to shoot for cash break-even in 6 to 12 months maximum. Strategize to do this. Today, it's not just necessary, it's required. Tune your plan to get to cash break-even in 6 to 12 months, and it needs to be probably on no more than $1 million in revenue. Fifth, you need to have a financial buffer in place. A lot of entrepreneurs think that because they've got a great idea, that they should take every asset that they've got and commit it to that. Well, I have to tell you something. I'll recommend to you right now that you maintain a year's worth of personal expenses in the bank and don't touch things like your IRA or long-term savings accounts that are in place for you, because as good an idea as you've got, you may run into some trials and tribulations. It may take a lot more money and time than you think. So be prepared. 6 is corporate paperwork. You need to get your corporate house in order with written agreements on ownership and stock and things like that. Look at your books very carefully. Make sure you're meticulous. Number 7, if you find that those documents are not clean, you can scare off investors who want to take a closer look. So once you've completed your corporate paperwork, have it reviewed by an attorney. Number 8, you want to network and learn. You need to know at all times what others are doing and what's going on within your market space and anything that relates to it. Go to entrepreneurial workshops regularly. This will help you to learn how to run a business model in your head better, and you can then start to see how investors will react to holes in your plans that may have not been so obvious to you before. You can also watch the videos that we've produced in our video library and get some great tips there. Now, number 9, get a mentor. Now, you can't afford to learn by trial and error here. Typically, you need somebody available for at least 2 to 4 hours every week, or a couple of people if you can, to review major decisions. This is a point where you look for contacts within your business area, and you can reference your accountants, your attorneys as well, and sometimes you'll get some very valuable advice from some of their contacts. This will be the best time and money you'll ever spend. And guys that have done this before, have done something similar to what you're doing, you'll find a lot of times they're glad to help. An hour or 2 a month could save you tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars in costly mistakes, and you can generate sales faster and get to some critical milestones perhaps earlier. So doing all these things can increase your chances of building a successful company and getting angel financing from 1 in 1,000 or 3 in 1,000 to as high as maybe 50%. So, there are a few guarantees in life, but if you hang this list on your wall and review it every day and stick to it, I can guarantee you'll improve your chances greatly. As always, if you have any questions about strategies for angel funding, please give us a call at the Capital MatchPoint. We deal with angel investors all the time, and we'll be glad to help.